Welcome to Topper HQ, our own study hub. Man, I am so incredibly thrilled to have you all here today joining me for this explainer. Grab your notes, get comfortable, and let's get ready to embark on a journey that is going to completely challenge how you view reality itself. We are diving deep today, folks.
Okay, right off the bat, I need you to completely forget everything you think you know about who you are. Seriously, just toss it out for a second. What if consciousness isn't actually inside your brain, but your brain is inside consciousness? And I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean literally. Let's dive right into this, because we are dropping straight into one of the most intense reality-bending theories out there. This isn't just a simple perspective shift, right? This is an entire reframing of existence. It suggests that everything we experience, everything, is part of a massive structural setup, an incredible literal cosmic setup. Which brings us to this stark, honestly kind of deeply unsettling premise. You were never born, you were detected. Just let those words sink in for a second. Imagine deep space, endless static, a low hum of machinery. The theory we're unpacking today suggests that the universe itself is an actual detection system. You are not some random biological accident, you are an event that was triggered. It's a terrifying, yet somehow awe-inspiring thought that just completely strips away our standard everyday biological understanding of birth and life.
Section 1. A universe without observers.
To really wrap our heads around this, we've got to go all the way back to the very beginning. Imagine the cosmos in its absolute original state. It began completely silent. No stars burning in the sky, no time ticking away, and most importantly, no observers. Just an infinite, empty expanse of unobserved potential waiting in the dark. Now this brings us to the observer effect in quantum mechanics. Scientists have discovered this truly wild, almost terrifying property. Reality actually behaves differently when it is being observed. Particles act as these loose waves of probability until someone or something looks at them, and then, boom, they snap into a fixed state. So what if the early, silent universe literally needed observers to fully exist? What if it was stuck in a state of pure probability, and it fundamentally required consciousness just to lock reality into place?
Think about video game graphics. If you're a gamer, you know that the world doesn't actually exist all around you at all times. The system only renders the graphics where the player is currently looking, just to save processing power. Well, the universe might be doing the exact same thing. Under this theory, life wasn't a random chemical accident at all. Life was a deliberate mechanism. It was a tool built by the universe to observe itself into a higher resolution. Just consciousness, literally rendering reality simply by looking at it.
Moving on to Section 2. The cosmic neural network.
All right, so we're zooming out from the micro level of quantum mechanics to the scale of the entire universe now, moving from the concept of observation into the actual physical architecture of space itself. And I have to warn you, the implications here get a little bit darker. Take the formula f of x equals cosmic neural density. Scientists have actually noticed that the structure of the cosmic web, that massive, sprawling network of galaxies spanning billions of light years, it looks disturbingly similar to the neural networks inside human brains. But it doesn't just look kind of similar visually. The distribution patterns, the way the dark matter clusters and connects, are mathematically close. The universe literally maps out like brain tissue.
And when we break this direct comparison down, it gets truly terrifying. In this theory, cosmic structures map perfectly to neural functions. Stars, they aren't just burning balls of gas. They function as electrical signals firing across the void. Black holes aren't just gravity wells. They are memory compression nodes storing infinite amounts of data. Dark matter is the unseen processing architecture literally holding the brain together. And us, conscious beings, we are the self-awareness cells. The massive realization here is that the universe isn't a place you live in. It is a massive brain waking up.
Section 3. Brains as biological antennas.
So if the universe is a giant waking brain, what exactly does that make us? Well, it completely flips our traditional view upside down. We've always believed the brain generates thoughts from scratch, right? Like it's creating them right there inside our skulls. But what if the brain actually receives thoughts? Human brains run on electrical frequencies. The Earth has frequencies. The sun emits frequencies. Space itself literally vibrates with energy. So what if your thoughts don't actually belong to you? What if consciousness is this massive cosmic internet, and your brain is merely a biological antenna tuned to pick up the signal?
If we are all just different receivers tuning into this cosmic broadcast, a lot of everyday human experiences suddenly make total mechanical sense. Think about geniuses. They don't have magically better brains. They simply have better signal clarity. They are tuned in without the static. Dreams? Those are just unstable connections when your antenna is resting for the night. And déjà vu? You know that weird, strange feeling that you've been here before? It's literally just cached memory fragments taking a second to load from the cosmic server.
Now, applying this framework to mental health, it introduces a fascinating, though, to be clear, purely speculative sci-fi concept. Conditions like schizophrenia could theoretically be viewed as a biological antenna receiving multiple overlapping signal streams without the proper filtering mechanism in place. It's a really intriguing theoretical lens through which to view the concept of the brain as a receiver, just examining what happens when the cosmic broadcast gets crossed.
Section 4. The interference of self. We are getting very close to the final twist of this theory, and it starts with a really simple, relatable question. Why do humans fear silence? We've established the universe is a brain, and you are an antenna. But there's a glitch in the system. There is something blocking the signal, and that something is you. Really think about your own life for a second. Have you ever noticed how anxious we get when everything just stops? No music, no screens, no talking. Just total, heavy quiet. Why does that trigger such an immediate sense of dread and unease in us? This isn't just a psychological quirk. According to this theory, it's a profound cosmic symptom.
Think about it. We constantly seem to need stimulation to drown things out. Silence feels intensely uncomfortable. When people are put in sensory isolation, their dreams become incredibly loud and vivid. And when people practice deep, prolonged meditation, they experience something called ego death, where their very sense of identity vanishes. The theory suggests this is because when things get quiet, the cosmic signal weakens, and the illusion of your individuality begins to slip away.
Because here is the chilling reality of this concept. The self, your personality, your memories, your ego, basically everything you consider to be you, is just interference. You are static on the line. The reason you fear the silence, the reason deep meditation dissolves your identity, is because when the interference of the self disappears, you briefly reconnect to the massive, silent source consciousness. You realize you are not an individual at all.
And finally, Section 5. The ultimate detection event.
Let's take all these pieces, the observer effect, the cosmic neural network, the biological antennas, and the illusion of the self, and bring them all together. Maybe the universe created stars to make planets, planets to make life, and life to create eyes so it could finally see itself. This might be the entire purpose of the system. Billions of years of cosmic evolution, the violent birth of galaxies, the slow crawl of biology, all of it was just the universe building a mirror, building you, just so the waking brain of the cosmos could finally open its eyes and look at its own reflection.
So the absolute most profound takeaway from our explainer today is this massive perspective shift. You are not just a person looking out at the universe. You are the universe experiencing a detection event. Which leaves us with one final, terrifyingly beautiful question for you to ponder. Now that the universe has opened its eyes through you, what will you choose to look at next?